Now with home court advantage the other way, can Latvia close that gap and record a much-needed win of their own? Elsewhere in Group B today, Ukraine against Sweden tipped off around 20 minutes ago. On Friday, we saw Sweden cause a big upset in beating Turkey by a single point in Stockholm, while Latvia lost by 14 here against Ukraine. Both of these two tonight desperately craving a response. It's a result on Friday that completely opens up this group at the halfway point. Turkey top on 2-1, but suffered their first defeat of the campaign. And now everybody in the group has a win to their name after Sweden got off the mark. And it's all to play for in terms of finishing in the top three and making the second qualifying stage, which takes place late this year and in early 2019. We're coming towards the end of the second window of the new FIBA international calendar. 80 different countries competing to become one of the 32 that will go to the World Cup in China next year. The biggest centrally controlled basketball project ever. 76 games in each window taking place right across the planet. And our focus this evening is on the Latvian capital. We're getting ready for the official introduction of the two sets of players, starting with the visiting side, Turkey. And they begun with a 12-point home win over Latvia, 85-73. They turned it around thanks to a huge third quarter in that one, utilising the outside shooting of Meli Marmutolo. They won by 7 on the road in Kiev on game day 2, beating Ukraine 60-67, but then lost by just a single point, as I've said, in Stockholm on the road on Friday, 59-58. They had a terrible third quarter before mounting a big comeback in the fourth, but just fell short. They were only 10 of 20 from the free throw line in that defeat, losing by just the 1 point. And this is now their third straight road game, but their last 2 games will both come on home court. A big reaction for the introduction of the home players. Latvia starting with that defeat on the road to tonight's opponents in Bursa, but they won their first game here, beating Sweden 82-73. They failed to build off that on Friday night, going down 68-82 to Ukraine. They could do with a big result tonight, given that their final 2 games in the next window come on the road at Sweden and Ukraine. Turkey winning the reverse meeting by 12, dominated the middle 2 quarters. Their defense played a key part. They came up with 12 steals and 6 blocks, and they limited Latvia to just 46% shooting inside and just 32% from downtown. On offense themselves, the Turks shot 55% from 2-point range and hit 10 3-pointers at 42% accuracy. An emotional version of the Latvian national anthem. European champions all the way back in 1935, defeating Spain in the final. Latvia, but they're yet to qualify for the World Cup. They've competed as part of the Soviet Union, of course, but haven't qualified for any of the last 6 tournaments since regaining their independence. Turkey, an emerging force in European and world basketball over the past couple of decades, didn't qualify for the World Cup until 2002, but they've been regulars since then, claiming silver on home soil in 2010 when they won 8 straight games to get to the final before losing 81-64 to the USA. They finished 8th in Spain at the last tournament in 2014. Let's take a look at the 2 rosters, starting with Turkey. And Barış Ermiş is on there. He was injured for the game on Friday. He ran the offense in the first 2 games, averaged 8.5 assists per game. Melih Mahmutoglu is the big outside threat, shooting 43% from downtown. Ali Muhammad gets the start here, made his qualifiers debut on Friday, a key player for them. And the big centre, Sertaç Şanlı, averaging 13 points, 2 blocks and 1 steal per game, shooting 56% from the field. A key boost to have Ali Muhammad back for Turkey after starting the season with an injury. Here's a look at the Latvian roster. Jānis Pēners leading the way with 16.3 points, 5.3 rebounds and 4.7 assists per game so far. He had 25 points in Turkey in game 1. Yanis Blooms is their big outside threat, 15.7 points, shooting 50% from downtown, averaging 8 3-point attempts per game. He'll play off the bench though, as we see the Latvian starting 5. And Andrzejs Pasečniks is a young centre, a young giant centre, 2 meters 15, 7'1", 22 years of age. 11.7 points and 4.7 rebounds in just 20 minutes per game so far, shooting 72% from the field. You have to feel that he can have a big impact against this Turkish side. He scored 15 points against them in Bursa in game 1. There is Ali Muhammad, naturalised Turkish international, formerly known as Bobby Dixon, but very much settled with his life in Turkey. And there's Ufuk Sarıca, the Turkish head coach, and for Latvia, Arnis Vecvagars. Only took over the head coach role at the start of this campaign. The man who competed for his country at 2 Eurobaskets in 2001 and 2003. Incredibly experienced in the Latvian game as a player and now as a coach. 7 Latvian League titles with 3 different clubs. And there is Ali Muhammad, a EuroLeague champion last season with Fenerbahce. Missed the start of this season, but he's come back strong since. Had 10 points, 6 rebounds and 6 assists in his qualifiers debut on Friday, although he was only 3 of 12 from the field. And is a player very capable of shooting much better than that. Mahmutoglu showed how well he could shoot in the reverse meeting between these two. 12 points in the 3rd quarter alone, en route to 18 total. Turkey certainly with a deep roster, plenty of weapons and plenty of height, as we see the comparison briefly between Muhammad and Şanlı. Here we go then. Latvia ranked 18th in the world, set to take on Turkey ranked 13th. A former European champion against a former Eurobasket silver medalist. Both in need of the win to give their World Cup qualification hopes a huge boost. Turkey top of Group B right now, but far from secure in that position. And do remember, results from this stage will carry through to the 2nd qualifying stage late this year. It's Latvia who start with the ball. Look for the first points of this one. Jakovic across to the far side, one of a number of Ventspils players on this Latvian roster. Across to the far side it goes with Pasečniks. Back towards the perimeter, he gets it back, the big 7-footer looking to attack. Şanlı shoots over the top of him and lands the first blow in that inside battle. 2m15 player shooting over the top of a 2m11 player. Turkey's first offense, Sipai. Now Mahmutoglu. Mahmutoglu going around the big frame of Sanli towards the edge of the paint. Left-hand dribble, drive inside, floated up, just fell short. A chance for Latvia now to bring it away. Stella across to the far side it goes, and a foul called as Jakovic looked to attack from the perimeter. Really exciting, high-octane, fast-paced start to this one between two teams desperate for the win. Latvia desperate to show Turkey just what they can do after suffering defeat to the Turks in game one. Came close enough in that game to suggest they can get the win here. Janis Painter's drawing another foul. He grabbed the ball off Sanli. In fact, it went against him, so one foul apiece. Sipai, one of these stars at Eurobasket 2017 for Turkey, missed the first window of qualifiers. Back in here, as is Ali Muhammad, who shoots the three and drains it. Ali Muhammad landing an early blow. Only 3 of 12 from the field on Friday. As I said before the opening tip, that's what he can do. An instant stop and pop to deliver the three. Turned over here by Latvia, and Turkey are looking to run now. Muhammad across to the far side, spots up for another three, steps to the side, takes it on, back-to-back threes from Ali Muhammad. Pinpoint precision. Turkey have opened up a 4-point edge in the blink of an eye. Jakovic guarded by Muhammad. Moves around Pasechnik's far side of the paint, puts it up and puts it in. Jakovic going all the way. Sipai out towards this near side, gets it back from Mahmutoglu. Mahmutoglu's taking the ring road around the defense to the far side now, looking for the open shot for the outside attempt, and he's denied inside instead by Smits. Turkey able to profit off the loose ball, but Latvia showing they're going to play some defense as well. On this near side, looking to step in and attack is Smits. Outside shot off the mark. Now Turkey with plenty of room to run. Sipai is going to try and go coast to coast and scores. Turkey by 6, and they force an early timeout called by Latvia. Some good defense on a couple of occasions already, leading to fast break offense for Turkey to add to the outside threat of Ali Muhammad. 10 quick fire points for them. Turkey have made a flying start to this qualifier. 10 points already in less than 3 minutes. They're 4 of 6 from the field, including 2 of 2 from downtown. Both, of course, knocked down by Ali Muhammad. And Latvia, off the back of this timeout, need to try and find a response. And there's the man of the moment right now. 6 points already for Muhammad. Schmitz has come up with a big block, but to no avail as Turkey put it in at the second time of asking. A bit of a press here from Turkey to try and force a Latvian turnover again, but they play their way over centre court. Schmitz handing it off. Blooms, nice pass inside, and the big jam. The Latvians have liftoff. Pasechnik's taking to the skies. Latvia closed the gap to 4. Mohamed prodding and probing around the frame of Sanli. Mohamed can't shake off the attention of the defense, moves it inside to Sanli, who gets fouled by Jakovic as he looked to post up with the big mismatch. There's that feed and jam for Pasechnik's, an emphatic way for Latvia to get back in business. Sipai. The game-running interference on the outside. Aldemish this time. Jakovic comes up with the loose ball. And now Janis Painas, one of the key players in these qualifiers for Latvia so far. He's trapped here on the perimeter, able to force it forward to Schmitz. He's going to go to work inside, trapped by the double team though, no room to operate, and it's tipped into his own basket by Kina Sipai. What a break for Latvia that is. Worth seeing this one again. Not very often you see that. Ali Mohamed. Mohamed gets it back here. We'll look to go to work now. The lead cut to 2. Mohamed dribbled it off his shin. Latvia a chance to run, gun, stun, and have some fun. Andrzejs Pasechnik's with his second big dunk. A 6-0 surge from the Latvians, and they're back level. (10-4) to Turkey at that last time out. Latvia 10, Turkey 10. 6 unanswered points since the break. Mohamed. Inside it goes to Sanli, looking to bully his way to the basket. Big rebound and the foul as it was grabbed on the offensive glass by Furkan Aldemish. Third foul on Latvia is on Yanis Blooms. Turkey just the 1 foul so far. Sipai on to Ali Mohamed. He's going to take another 3. Doesn't hit this time, contested. Aldemish another rebound. There goes Mohamed once more. Will he take another? Feeds it inside. Almost had his pocket picked. Aldemish as the pass fell short. They have to put it up towards the end of the shot clock. In fact, there was a couple of seconds to work with, and a static 3 off the mark from Sipai. Latvia a chance to take the lead now. There's the handoff to Blooms, back into the big man inside. He's going to go one-on-one with Sanli, misses this time though, and Aldemish grabs the rebound. Here's Mohamed. Aldemish across to Sipai. Back to Ali Mohamed, fires it quickly in towards Sanli. Sanli puts it on the floor, looks to attack 2 of them. Can he get it to fall? No. And Blooms, the little man underneath, grabs the ball. They'll drive in from the perimeter. Difficult to get it to fall off the window though for Roland Schmitz over the top of Sertac Sanli. Sanli, one of a number of players that will want to recover after a disappointing evening on Friday. He was only 3 of 10 from the field for his 10 points in Sweden. The big man shooting close to the basket. That's a poor percentage. Sipai. Sanli trying to get free, but Sipai wanted a foul as he got the ball stripped from him. Blooms, bounce pass into the lane, wouldn't go this time. It looked like it was going to be a hat-trick of dunks for Pasechnik's. No points in a while now, still 10-10. Sipai trying to bundle the ball in towards the basket, and the foul was called before the shot. It looked nailed on that Andrzejs Pasechnik's would dunk for a 3rd time in this quarter, but he couldn't quite put the finishing touches on that last one. A lovely bounce pass into him. And following that, Latvia pick up their 4th foul, so for the next 3 meters and 53 seconds, any foul from the Latvian defense will send the Turkish offense to the line. Here's Ali Mohamed, another 3 in a row in the first quarter for Ali Mohamed from the outside. 9 points to lead all scorers in the game. Pasechnik's going to work down low again. In fact, it was Mayers this time, and off the mark here comes Ali Mohammed again. He'll take his time and play in the half court. Turkey by 3. He's got 9 of them. Across to the far side, they'll look to try and find Aldimish. It goes back to Sanli in the high post, waiting for movement around him. Bounce pass to Mahmoud Tolu, will take his first outside shot and drains it. Back-to-back threes for Turkey, and they're back in control. Blooms inside, and swatting it away was Aldimish, as Martin Mayers looked to find a route to the rim. A little shaken up, there's some big bodies colliding down on the hardwood. We called that the first three-point attempt in commentary for Mahmoud Tolu, and indeed it was, although the graphics at the bottom of your picture showed it as his second. It was his first. He's got 3 points. Mohammed has 9, 2 apiece for Aldimish and Sipai to make up Turkey's 16. Balbay on to Mohammed. Aldimish looking to run a bit of interference. Salih Mohammed shooting the 3 over the top of him. On the rebound, commandingly taken by Mayers. Blooms around the screen of Mayers now, looking across towards the far side, putting the ball on the floor. Jankovic trying to get down the baseline, but turns it over. Into the game will come Metin Turan for the first time. A man who played this season in the Basketball Champions League for Pinar Karşıyaka. Here's Meli Mahmoud Tolu, having just drained that first shot of the evening for him. Prodding and probing inside, looking to find a high pass towards Aldimish, but Latvia read that all the way. Blooms behind the back dribble, into the lane. Nice dish pass, can they force it in? No, too much height and power inside there for Turkey. Quick release from Ali Mohammed. Balbay across to the far side. Mahmoud Tolu holds it up. Aldimish won't shoot the outside shot, instead moves it on towards this near side. Mohammed. Aldimish trying to create room for him. Mohammed getting in through the paint, back out. Turan for 3, no. Aldimish backs back the offensive rebound, and Turkey will have a fresh 14 to work with. Mohammed across to the far side to Doğuş. Balbay, who drains that one. They keep knocking them down from the outside, Turkey. 6 of 9 from three-point range in the first quarter. They lead by 7, the Turks. Latvia trying to do more of their damage on the inside. They've only taken 1 3-point shot and missed it. They get inside again, denied though by Turan, I think it was, who got a hand to it. And at the moment, it's Turkey's outside shooting prevailing over the Latvian inside game. Mohammed. Mahmoud Tolu, another 3, this time falls short. Turkey have taken more 3-point attempts than they have 2-point attempts. And there's a foul called on Furkan Aldimish. Latvia still only trailing by 7 though, despite this 3-point shooting show from Turkey. Barış Ermiş comes in for the first time, didn't play in Game 3 on Friday. He had an MVP performance in Game 1 with 12 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds and 4 steals. And then had 10 points, 8 assists and 3 steals in Game 2. So 8.5 assists per game over the first 2 games. A bit of extra creativity for Turkey. Getting free right down the lane, but disrupted at the rim was Mayers, but helped out by his teammate Grasulis. Balbay will take his time, and they'll work in the half court here with the creativity of Ermiş. Sanley looking to set a high screen, moves away from it across to the far side. Turin will put the ball on the floor, left-hand dribble drive, ran into his teammate though. It didn't really look like he knew where he was going. So Latvia force the fourth turnover on Turkey. Just 7 seconds to advance the ball all the way the full length of the floor, and a foul. Turkey did have the foul to give. So Latvia will inbound the ball from the sideline with just 4.7 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Ege Arar coming into the game for the first time for Turkey, 21-year-old Galatasaray player. Blooms to deliver from centre court. Picked off, and a chance here for Turkey at the buzzer all the way through to finish. Gökçen'in Koksal. Again, great Turkish defense leading to simple offense. The perfect finish to a flying first quarter. Turkey lead by 7 at the end of 1 in Riga. It's Latvia 14, Turkey 21. It's been a rollercoaster ride of a game already here. Turkey making a flying start. The outside shooting of Ali Mohammed, the main protagonist for that, but then Pasechniks came back for Latvia with 3 big dunks. He leads the way for them with 6 points. In fact, nobody else has scored more than 2 for the home team. And they came back and tied off the back of a timeout, having been down by 6, but then Turkey picked it up from the outside again. Ali Mohammed 3 of 5 from downtown, leads them with 9 points, but also hitting from the outside, Doğuş Balbay and Melih Mahmutoglu. And Turkey altogether 5 of 9 from 3-point range. There's one of the big dunks from Pasechniks. Latvia riding a wave of momentum at that stage, but couldn't quite take the lead. And Turkey settled themselves and came back strong again. The 3 for Melih Mahmutoglu to add to the hat-trick of 3s from Ali Mohammed. And that got them back in front. And Doğuş Balbay nailing one after that as well. So Latvia 14, Turkey 21, and you can see Turkey doing their damage from the outside. Latvia on the inside, persistent in shooting from close range, but not the highest percentage. They've still only taken the 1 shot from 3-point range, despite having Yanis Blooms in their ranks, a player who's averaged 8 3-point attempts per game across these qualifiers and hit half of them. Balbay trying to get the ball in towards Turin, and a foul called. The first in the second quarter takes just 4 seconds. Ermish out towards this near side to Koksal, who provided that perfect end to the first quarter with the steal and the breakaway inside of 4 seconds to close out the opening period. Here's Ermish prodding and probing and looking to penetrate and getting all the way through, trying to hang it off the window. Still a chance to put it in, and Turin takes it. Turkey have stretched this to the largest lead of the game now at 9 points. There's a foul on Sanley. First for Turkey in the second. Sertak Sanley picks up his second personal. Latvia to inbound the ball deep, back to Meyers. Taking over here is Blooms, trying to find Meyers back inside again, arching his back to try and finish in traffic. Again, it's not the easiest look from close range, but they continue to try and get the ball close to the basket, Latvia. Ermish, Turkey dealing with that threat admirably for now. Remish moving it into Sanley. Sanley, the nice dish pass to Coxell, and he will go to the line for 2. Coxell in Coxell, who had 11 points, 3 assists and 2 steals in the game day 1 win over Latvia. He was 5 of 7 from the field in that one. It's double his average for these qualifiers in scoring. He was only 1 of 7 from the field on Friday, so another Turkish player desperate to recover and desperate to put in a performance here. Coxell so far only playing a minute and a half, but a chance to move to 4 points here. Coach Ufuk Sarıkaya has said that they're targeting not just a World Cup spot, but a place at the next Olympics. Turkey, they've not been to the Olympics since 1952, and of course the World Cup this time around will play a pivotal role in deciding who goes to the Olympics in 2020. Payner's trying to feed it in to Meyers. Meyers on this near side of the paint, backing in, going to work. Double team comes across and he misses again. So many bodies packing the paint. And Latvia keep on shooting on the inside, but they're just 6 of 18. 33%. They've only taken the 1 3-pointer still. Balbay dancing through the defense, knocked away above the rim though. Turkey up by 11 here. And the foul called on Coxell. And those two coming together, Coxell and Blooms. Yanis Blooms not happy at all, saying that should be an unsportsmanlike. A really riled up reaction, which gives you an idea how Latvia are feeling right now. He got his leg clipped and went to the floor, the 35-year-old, but I'm not sure there was any intention to do any damage. He certainly felt there was something more in it than that. This is going to take a few seconds to get sorted out. Johnson in Coxell, who's made a really big impact at the end of the first quarter and the start of the second, with 4 points for Turkey, stretching the lead to double figures for the first time, and he's been hit with a technical, Coxell, from what we can see. It looks like it may be a double technical because there's no foul shot being taken. Jakovic, bounce pass across towards Pashetsnik, who tries to get into the paint, misses the mid-ranger, having scored all of his points from right around the rim. 3 dunks in the first quarter. Ermish over on the far side, taking his time, using his quality and his court awareness here. Final 6 seconds of the shot clock. The crossover from Ermish in towards the edge of the paint. Little fadeaway creates a bit of room, misses the shot. Coxell then goes down hard, trying to put it back in. Blooms bursting away, draws contact on the far side of the court. And that will be foul number 4 on Turkey. And we've only played 2 minutes and 12 seconds of the second quarter. So for the next 7 minutes and 48, any foul from the Turkish defense sends the Latvian offense to the foul line, whether it's a shooting foul or not. Ermish picking up his first personal. And this is something for Latvia to work with here, the foul trouble, to try and get back in the game. And Blooms, the outside shot wouldn't go. He takes his first attempt from the outside of the game, only the second for Latvia overall. And they've missed both of them. Balbay across to the far side, Turan. Now Ermish. Turan calling for it, receives it high. Double team comes across from Payne as he's trapped in the corner. Can he find a way out? Turns it over to Gratsoulis. Here they come, Latvia, getting down the floor, and Blooms will go to the stripe. Ermish called for a foul again, his second in quick succession. And that is 5 on Turkey already. Ermish a little disgruntled by the call. Let's see how much of the man he got, how much of the ball. Really frustrated, Boris Ermish. But that is 5 fouls on Turkey already, and more than 7 minutes of the first half still to play. We've got a timeout down on the floor. Latvia trailing by 11, haven't scored yet in the second quarter.
Vai šitā enerģija vajag aizsardzību.
Viņš domāja, viņiem ir bonus.
Vēl drošāk no apakšas.
Negaidām viens no otru un kāds kaut ko jūsu vietā izdarīs. Ja viens iet ātrie un liekas nākam, vienalga palīgam.
Buraya iyi bir geçiyorsun. Bakın şöyle. Kırılır. Sertaç açıldı. Sertaç'a verdiğimiz an topu. Bağış gösterin. Metin. Buraya Bobby'ye pik. Furkan. Kırımın önünde. Kırımın önünde. Hadi ver abi. Hadi. 2-3.
Elsewhere in this group, Ukraine in control at home to Sweden, leading by 23 points in the third quarter, 55-32. Ukraine, the team joint with Turkey at the top of the standings, so Turkey will be desperate to make sure they don't get surpassed. And at the moment, looking pretty good for them too, up by 11. But both offences, to a certain extent, stuttering here in the second quarter. Turkey in a bit of foul trouble as well, which sees Yanis Blooms to the line. .7 points, 3 assists, 1.7 steals per game for Yanis Blooms, still having a huge impact at the age of 35, the Zaragoza player. 9 points the gap as he makes them both. Doğuş Balbay. Aldemir's handing off to Ali Muhammad, who's back in the ball game here for the first time in the second quarter. Takes the outside shot, misses it over the top of the backboard, and that will be Latvian possession. Ali Muhammad hitting 3 from downtown in the first quarter. And he's still the leading scorer in the game with those 9 points. Jankovic spinning in, trying to find some room. Janis Payner's big, long, athletic player. Can't get it to fall, though. Saved on the near side and off the body of Smits. It goes out for a Turkey inbound. Latvia have at least got themselves on the board here in the second quarter. Took a good 3 minutes after only 14 points in the first quarter. Aldemir. Negara, the 21-year-old, off to Ali Muhammad, 34 years of age, experienced international, pirouetting in towards the edge of the paint. Lovely footwork from Ali Muhammad, who's brought his dancing shoes today. Look at this footwork from Muhammad to add to his three-point shooting show from the first quarter, and then the big play on the defensive end, but it falls kindly for Latvia. Payner's out to Smits for 3, got it! Latvia back in business. It'll just count as a 2. He had a foot on the line, Smits, but Latvia needed that one. They close the gap to 9 again. Here's Ali Muhammad, called for a travel this time. After the lovely footwork on the previous play, and that time his feet help him turn the ball over. Paynes. High screen set for Paynes to drive past in towards the edge of the paint. Back out to Jankovic. Jankovic up against Muhammad, moving it on into the inside to Pashechniks, who can't get it to fall again. Turkey with a chance to extend the lead back to double figures again here towards the midway point of the quarter. Balbay under the hoop, out to Coxell. Balbay wants it back. Coxell clings on to it and will turn it over as he carries it back over centre court. He's saying it got a touch off the Latvian player. I think he just dribbled it off his own foot. Indeed he did. A backcourt violation, and Turkey turned the ball over again. Latvia a chance to close the gap here. Jankovic hands it off to Blooms. Bounce pass from the stripe this time, off the mark. Here's Pashechniks, and he keeps on missing. Aldemir has touched it out of bounds though, so it's still going to be Latvia ball. After Pasechnik's made the 3 straight dunks in the first quarter, he's not had an opportunity that close to the basket since, and he's missed 4 shots in a row. He's still their leading scorer in Latvia with just 6 points. Latvia will inbound here from the baseline with Jakovic. Payner's trying to get free and does to rock the rim. Janis Payner's off the inbound pass, finding a hole in the defense and then going straight to the hole. Mahmoud Tolu on to Aldamish, hands it off to Balbai. Balbai directing traffic. Here's Mahmoud Tolu, another big outside threat. Egor Arar tries to help him find some room on the perimeter. Aldamish tipped away though. No room to operate for Turkey. Latvia looking to come down the floor and score again. Wouldn't quite fall for them. Balbai, quick release to Mahmoud Tolu. The crossover from the perimeter, drives in and backs it in off the backboard. Beautiful move from Meli Mahmoud Tolu. Payners kicks it back out. 3-point shot for Schmitz wouldn't go. The tip and a foul underneath as Payners rise for the rebound. And the league keeps switching between 9 and 11 points. Latvia recently and briefly got it down to 7. They have a chance to do so again. Andrzej Pasechnik is on a real drought right now. 4 straight misses from the field and misses his first from the line as well. He misses both. The man who plies his trade in the Euro Cup with Gran Canaria in the Spanish League. Mohamed left hand dribble towards the perimeter, gets it back from Mahmoud Tolu. Shot clock's down to 5 here for Ali Mohamed. Crossover onto the left, step back, long 2, wouldn't go down. Aldamish just battling the hardest to get to the rebound. And fresh 14 seconds for Turkey. He just wanted it more that time than the Latvian defense. Mahmoud Tolu had it knocked away. It's going to be Latvian possession. And you can see what he thinks about the call. It does look as though he got the last touch. I think the referees have been spot on with everything so far. Latvia trailing by 9, 3.5 minutes to play. Turkey now 9 turnovers, Latvia just 5. Most of those have been forced here in the second quarter. Here goes Payners, going through the gears but missing around the rim. Ermish. Sanli off to Mohamed. Mohamed, the main ball handler at the moment, along with Ermish for Turkey. Those two trying to find a way to attack from the perimeter. Aldamish coming out to help them out. Ermish will just fire the static 3 towards the end of the shot clock and got nowhere near. And that 3-point shooting has dried up for Turkey to a certain extent. Neither team really scoring much in this second quarter. Turkey built up a 7-point buffer at the end of the first. They've added just 2 to that lead. And a chance as Ermish picks up his 3rd foul here for Latvia to reduce it back down to 7 from the stripe. And the first will fall for Janis Payners. Plays for Lech Kabelis, who've played as well in the Euro Cup this season. Impressive performances in the first 2 games for him, but he went just 1 of 9 from the field against Ukraine in Game 3 on Friday, scored just 6 points. 2 foul shots from Payners here. They've got Latvia back within 7. Sanli handing it off to Mahmoud Tolu. Aldermish hands it off again to Sipai, who's back in after a rest. Now Mohammed trying to find space on the perimeter, gets into mid-range and gets fouled as he throws it up. Such a swift, agile mover, Ali Mohammed. And Latvian defense struggling to keep up with him. Painters in the end came flying out and body-checked him. Mohammed gets a trip to the line. Latvia pick up their 4th foul. Ali Mohammed now on 12 points. 4 of 8 from the field. This is his first trip to the foul line. Turkey by 9 again. Jakovic. Setting the screen is Smits. Coming in from this far side, looking to attack Stella. Out to Jakovic, wide open 3, and he makes it count. Ingus Jakovic from downtown. 6-point game, 2 minutes and change remaining in the first half. Sipai across to the far side. Aldermish wide open, and he wasn't going to miss that one. Beautiful stroke from the Darushafaka star. Stella to Meyers. Meyers takes a long 2 himself and rattles it around and gets it to drop. First score for Meyers. Here's Ali Mohammed. High entry pass to Aldermish. Turns back into trouble across to the far side and turns it over. Stella, quick release, down the floor! Oh my word, what a dunk! Latvia red hot in Riga, closing the gap in style. A bit of afters as well, after the emphatic jam. Well, that must be one of the dunks of the window. Stella the pass, and Roland Smits taking to the heavens. One-hand stuff over the top of the near 7-footer Sertac Shanley. Well, that's got to be the play of the game so far. There's been a number of highlight reel plays through this first half. What a first half it's been in the Latvian capital. Turkey have been up by double figures here in this second quarter. Latvia, though, closing the gap, have got within 4. The officials are having another look at what happened here after Smits dunks over the top of Shanley. And then there was a coming together between the two and a number of other players getting involved. What's the outcome going to be? Latvia 29, Turkey 33 is the score. Latvia, after that big dunk, have now improved on their tally from the first quarter when they only scored 14 points. They've got 15 so far here in the second. It's still 1 minute and 20 to play, and they've held Turkey to just 12 points in this quarter. Turkey had extended their lead briefly at the start of the quarter and on a couple of occasions to 11. Latvia have only led by 2 points very early on. The first basket of the game, in fact. They've made a comeback here towards the end of the first half. They've got themselves within 4, and it's very much game on again. The hosts led by the 6 points still of Pasechniks, but a number of players on 4 and 5 now. They've all grouped together, refocused. They refound their form. We've got an unsportsmanlike foul calls. We've got a number of calls from the referee. Let's have a look at this one again. Stella with the beautiful pass in full flow. And the dunk over the top of Shanley. Then there was a little push to the floor after that, with Smits off balance. And then there was a coming together and some words exchanged as well. It's been a big, long delay here. with only 80 seconds remaining in the first half. And we've got a Turkey timeout off the back of that controversy. Sertac Shanley won't have liked that one, and he's picked up the unsportsmanlike foul as well as getting posterised by Roland Smits. Smits will be enjoying it right now. That's got to be one of the moments of his life, the 22-year-old, with one of the dunks of his career. He got called for the unsportsmanlike off the back of it as well, though, so they will cancel each other out. Smits will still be buzzing from that huge play. A play that's got Latvia within 4. A minute and 20 remaining in the first half. Ali Mohammed. Mohammed again going one way and then the other and trying to exploit gaps in this Latvian defense. Will he take on the shot himself in the end? He runs the shot clock down to the final few seconds here, and he does stop and pop and get the drop as well. Ali Mohammed with 4 from the outside. Mohammed now up to 16 points. Latvia will try and answer back with the long 2, but it falls short. Wide open shot off the mark from Jakovic. Turkey by 7. About 20 seconds differential between the shot and game clock at the end of the second quarter. Melimar Mutolu trying to get free, but he moved off the illegal screen. And that'll be an offensive foul and a turnover for Turkey. We've got another timeout with 32 seconds remaining in the first half. Turkey, through Ali Mohammed, extending their lead back to 7. They lead 36-29. Thirteen more scintillating seconds to play in what has been a fascinating roller coaster ride of a first half in Riga. Jonas Blum's one of a number of players who's been involved in a bit of afters, a bit of over the tops. We've had a number of technical fouls and unsportsmanlike fouls. It's been hard hitting and high octane. Latvia down by 7 and a 7-second differential between shot and game clock at the end of the half. Blooms gives it back to Jakovic. They'll put the contested 3 up. Blooms over the top of the defense on the turn. Nothing but nylon at the perfect time for Latvia. Gap closed to 4, 5 seconds to play in the half. Sipai looking to go strong to the paint, gets denied. Can they force it up from centre court? Wouldn't go for Jakovic, but what a finish to a fabulous first half of World Cup qualifying basketball. Latvia trail by 4, having trailed a number of occasions by double figures. At the end of the second quarter, Latvia 32, Turkey 36. Well, this has been an absolute cracker so far in Riga. Let's take a look at some of the stats. Turkey doing a lot of their damage initially on the outside, 6 of 12 from downtown. Ali Mohammed's got 4 of those. Neither team shooting the ball too well altogether, but Turkey the big advantage on the board, 7-4 on the offensive rebounding count as well, but 14 turnovers from the Turks. Latvia have only turned the ball over 6 times in the half so far. Latvia shooting just 38% from the field, Turkey shooting just 42%. Half the edge by 4 points. Ali Mohammed 4 from downtown, 16 points for him. Aldemir's already 10 rebounds. Blooms leads the way for Latvia in scoring with just 7 points. They've really spread those 32 points around. Mahmutoglu guilty of the most turnovers in the game so far. Turkey guilty of allowing Latvia back in. What a game this has been. Ali Mohammed starting on fire from beyond the arc. Hit 2 in a row early on. A hat-trick of threes in the first quarter. Big plays flying high for Latvia from Smits and from Pesečniks, who had a hat-trick of dunks in the opening quarter. He's got 6 points. Latvia led by the 7 of Blooms, who hit that big 3 right towards the end of the half on the turn. Pesečniks taking to the air not once, not twice, but 3 times in the first. Hasn't scored since though, missing 4 shots and 2 free throws in a row. Turkey up by as many as 11 points on a number of occasions. The outside shooting, not just Mohammed, Balbai hit and Mahmutoglu from the outside as well. Blooms that time coming together with Cox out. And sportsmanlike fouls called on both of them. And Payner's getting down the baseline this time, finding an outside shooter for Latvia. They didn't take many 3-pointers early in the game. They were trying to do that around the rim, but Turkey making it really difficult for them. And then they went to the outside and hit a couple of threes. Mahmutoglu threatening the 3 that time, instead stepped in to score. And how about this dunk? Oh my word, Smits over the top of the near 7-footer Sanli. And Afters to follow that one as well. Back-to-back unsportsmanlike fouls again. It's been a real pleasure having your company for this first half, and you won't want to miss a second of the second. So do join us in around 10 minutes time in Riga. The halftime score, Latvia 32, Turkey 36. Welcome back to Riga, where we've got a wonderful game on our hands here on game day 4 of the 2019 FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Latvia have come from 11 down to get within 4 at the end of the second quarter of Turkey. Turkey up 36-32. Latvia's only lead in the game so far coming with the very first basket in the opening seconds. Turkey then turned it around in their favour. Went up 10-4 before a 6-point surge from Latvia off the back of a timeout made it 10-10. And then Turkey pulled away again, led by 11 towards the beginning of the second quarter. Ali Mohammed, the main protagonist in that story. But Latvia have since steadily chipped away at the deficit and closed it to 4. Mohammed leading the way of all scorers in the game with 16 points, 4 of 7 from downtown. Turkey also got 5 points from Mahmut Tolu, 4 apiece from Aldamish and Coxell. And Latvia are led by the 7 of Blooms. They've had 6 from Pasechniks and 5 from Jakovic. What a play from Roland Smits, the play of the game so far, dunking over the top of Sertaç Şanlı, the big Turkish centre. Payne's going to the bench there to receive his final instructions. Has made a bit of an impact but struggled again, just 4 points, all of them coming in the second quarter. And that after a disappointing showing on Friday.
Yaptıktan sonra burada bekliyorsun. Kenara dribble and off yaptık. Bir kenar burası. Buraya backpick. Sen de şunu yapacaksın. Kenan buraya oynuyor. Beni yaptın, pop ettin. Sen de köşeye gidiyorsun. Bu spacing'i alıyorsun, tamam mı? Gel. Corner, ha, let's go.
Hadi beyler. Türkiye. İyi başladı.
Turkey flying high at the top of this group at the moment, but unless they can finish the job here, Ukraine will overtake them. At the end of game day 4, Ukraine on course to beating Sweden. They're up by 22 with just 3.5 minutes to play. Ukraine starting the day 2-1, the same record as Turkey. Latvia starting at 1-2, looking to turn this deficit around and tie level with the Turks at 2-2 at the end of 4 games. Start of the second half in Riga, Latvia 32, Turkey 36. The Latvians trying to keep up momentum from the second quarter, but they forced into the miss. It was a wild off-balance attempt, an ill-advised attempt from Martin Meyers. Sipai looking into the paint, instead comes back out to Ali Mohammed, the game's leading scorer. Shot clock down to 5 for him. Mohammed steps in, takes on the long 2, misses it. Aldamish already 10 rebounds in the game, but he can't grab one on the offensive glass there. Jakovic with the quick release down the floor. Meyers, what can he do this time? Meyers going to go to work once more against Aldamish. The baby hook this time will drop. A soft touch from the big man. Confident to take it on after being disrupted on his previous attempt. Latvia have closed the gap to 2 here. Mahmut Tolu out to Turan. Turan on this near side. That's going to be a 2 if it goes. It doesn't. And Meyers grabs the rebound. Here's Yanis Blooms. Quick release down the floor. And Janis Paynes takes off and ties the score from 11 down. A Paynes pile driver to pile on the pain to Turkey. Latvia from 11 down have tied it at 36. They've scored the first 4 points of the second half. Latvia have picked up here in the third quarter, right where they left off in the second. Janis Painas with his second big dunk of the evening. And it gets Latvia level from 11 down. They're left fuming on the Turkish bench. And Latvia won the second quarter 18-15. Now they lead 4-0 in the third, as they look to overcome a deficit from the first. Ali Mohammed, Aldamish, Mahmoud Tolu, Sipai, back to Mohammed, plenty of movement ahead of him. Ali Mohammed in the final seconds of the shot clock stops and pops and misses the three. Rebound grabbed by Blooms, quick release down the floor. Mayers trying to carry it through the paint, gets contact. And Turkey just can't get going here in the second half. First foul on Turan. The first for either team here in the third quarter. And it sends Mayers to the line. Had 17 points, 6 rebounds and 2 blocks in under 25 minutes on his qualifiers debut on Friday. One of the additions to the Latvian roster for this window. He was 9 of 10 from the foul line in Friday's game, and he hits both there. 8 points in 11 minutes this evening. Sipai, back to Mahmoud Tolu, just can't find much room on the perimeter. Mahmoud Tolu, Sipai with the shot clock winding down, bounce pass to Aldamish, disrupted around the rim, and he's claiming either for a foul or a goaltend. Nothing doing. Latvia have the lead and a chance to extend it here. Back out, three-point shot, Jakovic got it! Latvia lighting it up from downtown now. He's 2 of 2, Jakovic for 8 points. Latvia from 11 down, up by 5. Fans on their feet in the capital as Mohammed slices through the defense and gets the finger roll to fall. Ali Mohammed now with 18 points. Latvia still up by 3. They've outscored Turkey 9-2 in the quarter before Turkey come up with a turnover here and an unsportsmanlike foul on Jakovic. We've had a heap of those already. And we're only 3 minutes into the second half. Mohammed coming with a steal. Jakovic wanted the foul, didn't get it, and then was caught off guard and just wrapped around the body of Mohammed, and that was always going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. He's getting a few words of advice from his coach. So Mohammed a chance to hit 20. 3 of 3 from the foul line now, 6 of 12 from the field for 19 points. And Turkey are back within 1, and off the back of the unsportsmanlike foul will have possession as well to try and retake the lead. Mohammed has half of Turkey's points. Sipai. Sanli rolling into the paint. Can he force it in? Yes, he can. Turkey back ahead. They've finally found their feet in the second half. Painas. Painas had it pop away, recovers, looks to attack now from the perimeter into the lane, back out to the far side. It's another three-point shot. Wouldn't go this time. They pick up the pieces on the backboard but miss again. And then Turkey turn it over. 14th turnover of the game for Turkey. And not yet at the midway point of the third quarter. Jakovic to inbound. Mayers wants it, if he can get it, and just about does. And Mohammed trying to track Jakovic all the way, called for the contact. He's not happy with that call. Turkey's second foul of the quarter. And Ali Mohammed picks up his second as well. 20 points for him. Nobody else has got more than 4 for Turkey. Blooms trying to get free of Sanley. Bounce pass down the baseline. Picked up here by Smith, shooting over the top of Sanley again, and a foul. Smith's getting the better of Sanley again, as he did with that monster dunk in the second quarter. Into the game will come Rihard's Lomash for Latvia. Lomash making his qualifiers debut here tonight. Smith's at the line. Latvia looking to nudge their noses back ahead. Just falls short, but an offensive rebound off the missed foul shot, and the three for Blooms wouldn't go. Another offensive board for Lomash, having just come in, one of the smallest players on the court. Smits hangs one high, Mayers to try and force it in, no. And it's going to be Latvian ball again here. The Turks are really flustered right now, on the bench and on the court. It'd be surprising if we didn't see a technical here, because it looks as though their frustration is reaching boiling point. Look at the reaction of the coach. There we go, we did have a technical, and Latvia take advantage of it to get themselves ahead. And they have possession of the ball as well. Mayers. Here's Blooms, double teamed on the perimeter. They move it across to the far side. Jakovic backs off. He'll work in the final 10 seconds of the shot clock. Jakovic looking to drive closer to the basket in traffic and gets contact and will go to the line for 2. Latvia playing really well at the moment in this second half. They've got the poise right now. And Turkey looking a little rocked. There's 4 fouls on Turkey very quickly. So any foul again for the remainder of the quarter will send Latvia to the line. Any foul on the Turkish defense, that is. And Latvia making the most of these opportunities from the strike, where they're now 11 of 14. And you can add one more onto that tally. Sipai. Tracked by Jakovic. Sipai trying to get free. He's run clear of everybody here, but he can't find a pass at the end of it. Schmidt's in the way. Down the line it goes to Blooms, across to the far side. They'll work it around the perimeter here. Yanis Blooms taking his time, using the screen of Pesechniks. Fires the 3, wouldn't quite go down, nor would the tip. And now Turkey have a 5-on-4 momentarily. Smits getting back into position. Mohamed drawing the contact. There may in fact have been a foul on the inside. It's only the second on Latvia either way. And they will inbound from the baseline with Ali Mohamed. Mahmoud Tolu really had his shooting angles restricted so far today, has Mahmoud Tolu. Latvia learned a lesson in the first game against Turkey in that regard. Here's Mohamed. He's been able to fire on all cylinders from downtown though. Shot clock winding down. He'll take on another 3. Wouldn't go. Smits tips the rebound to himself. Turkey just 6 points in over 5 minutes in this third quarter. Lomash across to the far side. Behind the back goes Jakovic for the 3. And a rebound, Mahmoud Tolu. Behind the back dribble from him as well. Tracked all the way by the 21-year-old Lomash. Here's Balbai. And there's a whistle away from the ball handler. Mahmut Tolu, one of the frustrated Turks right now, hit a three-pointer early in the game, but he's just 2 of 4 from the field for 5 points. He blew up for 18 points the last time these two met. Balbai. Mahmut Tolu trying to get free again. This time he does to shoot the three. That's what he can do. Meli Mahmut Tolu. And Turkey are level. It was in the third quarter where he did all the damage to Latvia in the reverse meeting. He got 12 of those 18 points in this quarter. Stella out towards this near side. Shot clock down to the final seconds again as they back in. Post up, little head fake towards the baseline. Hook shot off the mark though from Grazulis. Offensive rebound. Pashetsnik's bounce pass. Taking off for the cut down the baseline with Stella. Latvia still playing with plenty of freedom and fluidity right now. Quick turnaround three, back-to-back threes from Meli Mahmut Tolu, who is back in business, and Turkey are back ahead. Just as I was talking about how Latvia had restricted his shooting angles so much, Mahmut Tolu finds a way to get free, and Turkey find a way to get themselves back ahead.
Pilna hoda.
Ya da şuradan başla direkt. Melih burası Dikoy. Ege'nin tarafına. Ege. Melih geçtikten sonra buraya çözülüyorsun. Bobby wait. Ege'ye veriyorsun Doğuş. Ege'yle beraber Bobby'ye fırlıyor. Çek. Şimdi bir tane three defans yapıyoruz. Öndesin. En arka. Orta. Bobby ile Melih wing. Rebound. Hadi.
2-3.
Turkey's outside shooting continues to be Latvia's Achilles heel here. Meli Mahmut Tolu hitting back-to-back threes is now 3 of 4 from downtown. And Ali Mohammed 4 of 9 from the outside as well. As a team, Turkey 8 of 17 for 47% from long range. Stella, Latvia only trailing by 1. We've had a number of lead changes already here in the third quarter. Stella hanging a high entry pass to Painers, back out to the far side. They'll look to step in for the closest shot. Tip though to Turkey and Mahmut Tolu, everything sticking to him right now. He'll hold it up so they can play in the half court. Balbai. Turkey with a number of experienced court generals on the floor. Balbai across to Edgar Arar, one of the younger players. Now Ali Mohammed, shot clock down to the final 5. Mohammed, the crossover in towards the stripe, trying to float one up, disrupted on his path through the paint by Grazulis. It's a low-scoring game here, but it's a fantastic contest. Every play, 2 sets of players really fighting hard. Nothing has come easily for either team. It's a good open look for Latvia, and they take it. The 21-year-old Lomash. Big shot for him on his debut in qualifying. Latvia by 2. Balbai, a burst to the basket. Can he force it in? Instead, he'll have to earn them from the line. Third foul on Janis Painers. 4th foul in the quarter on Latvia, so both teams on 4 now, with 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining. Ali Mohammed still leading the way with 20 points, although Mahmut Tolu now on double figures for Turkey as well with 11. And Jakovic, the leading scorer for Latvia, with 10. A real scoring spread for them. They've got Meyers and Blooms on 8, Pasechniks and Painers on 6, 5 for Smits. Turkey to try and get level here. And they do, thanks to Doğuş Balbay. 50-50, 12 minutes and change to play. Bit of pressure here from the Turkey defense. Painter's getting free. The cut down the baseline from Pasechniks. Emphatic dunk. His first since the first. Balbay driving in, back to a raw baby hook will drop for him. And these two just trading blows now towards the end of the third quarter. It's been a fantastic atmosphere with red-hot action down on the floor since the opening tip. Arar picks up his second foul here, and that sends Turkey over the limit, so it sends Latvia to the line. Janis Painers, who will try and get them back in front. No problem in doing so. Latvia 54, Turkey 52. A minute and a half to come to close out the third quarter. Balbay to the baseline. Nice switch, but a shot off the mark. Arar grabs the loose ball. Mahmutoglu. Three wouldn't go down for him that time. Painter's commanding take on the glass. Here goes Stella. He'll hold it up here. Thought about the shot himself, instead works it inside. Pasechniks back out, three-point shot taken on this time by Stella, who drains it. Latvia by 5 ties their largest lead. Latvia now 5 of 12 from downtown. Mahmutoglu trying to get free again. Balbay floats one up from the foul line, beautifully done. Turkey within 3, final minute of the third. Grazulis failing to turn to take advantage of the open spot on the floor. Would rather play in the half court here and let his teammates join the action. Pasechniks looking to create some room on the perimeter for another 3, wide of the basket this time. And there's contact on the shooter as Painers fell down to the deck. No foul though. Ali Mohammed's going to come back in here with 31.4 seconds remaining in the third. So we've got a 7-second differential between shot and game clock here. Mohammed will take his time to take time away from Latvia. Mohammed, one of the players very adept at working in just a few seconds, quickens the pace here as he dances through the defense, but gets stuck to all the way by Grazulis, who swats it beyond the baseline. He's made a number of big plays, the 24-year-old who's not played much prior to tonight, Grazulis. They've got to get a quick shot away. Mahmutoglu steps to the side to take on the 3 and misses it. And now just a few seconds for Latvia to finish this third quarter on a high. Stella for 3, wouldn't quite fall. And Latvia will have to be content with a 3-point lead at the end of 3, 57-54. They have the edge over Turkey heading towards the final quarter. A 25-18 third quarter for Latvia. What a qualifier we're witnessing here in the Latvian capital. 57-54. Latvia have overturned an 11-point deficit to lead by 3 at the end of the third quarter. Not the best shooting percentages. The outside shooting of both teams to be admired. Latvia's improving after a slow start, but both struggling inside. And Turkey at the moment, I think, paying a price for 16 turnovers in the game, double the amount of their hosts. who struggled to get to the rim in the first half, but they're doing so at will, it seems, here in the second. Payne is stuffing that one down, completed the comeback from a double-digit deficit. Ali Mohammed leading the way, though, for Turkey with 20 points, 4 of 9 from downtown. Meli Mahmutoglu found his range to spark a Turkish comeback in that third quarter after they'd fallen behind by 5. A couple of nice backdoor baseline cuts for Latvia. Stella that time getting in to score. And these fans hanging on each and every play. Such a huge game in this group for FIBA World Cup qualifying. Such a tight and congested group after the results involving these two in their respective games on Friday night, both trying to come back strong from disappointing defeats. Ukraine have beaten Sweden 77-66 tonight, so they've gone to 3-1 at the top of the group. Turkey looking for the win here that would match Ukraine. Latvia looking for the win here that would see them match Turkey at 2-2 for a share of second place. Start of the fourth and final and decisive quarter. And we've got a foul within 2 seconds of it. Latvia 57, Turkey 54. A quick stoppage right off the inbound pass. And a foul on Turkey, who have been in foul trouble in each and every quarter so far. Stella onto this near side to Lomas, who steps in and hits, and Latvia lead by 5. And they've led by 5 on 3 occasions now, but never more. Ali Mohammed will take a quick 3 here, and he misses, so now just 4 of 10 from the outside. Quarterback pass down the floor, the hesitation, the pass, but the effort to get back from Edgar Arar and come up with the interception. 6th steal of the game for Turkey. Here's Mahmutoglu trying to get free, trying to get away from Payners. Dances through the defense to the far side. He finds Coxell. Into the final seconds of the shot clock. Mohammed, one more pass. Spellboy, one more attempt. Can't quite bank it in. And now a chance for Latvia to make this their out-and-out largest lead. Hung high by Pasechniks, who gets it back in the high post. Now Payners. Payners working behind the frame of Pasechniks, pulls up from the foul line and drains it. 7-point Latvian lead, largest of the night for the hosts. Payners working with Pasechniks to great reward, and it forces a Turkey timeout right towards the start of the fourth quarter. Latvia have scored the first 4 points of the quarter, as they did in the third.
One'dan side oynayacağız. One'dan side. Bobby Lewis'la Doğuş. Normal 4-5 regular setup, tamam mı? En sonunda Bobby'ye pick yaptık.
Pagaidīši, ja viņš iet under pirmo kodu, tad taisa neizkrīt. Ja viņš neiet under,
Words of encouragement on the Latvian bench, up by 7 here and putting themselves in the driver's seat to try and cause what would have to be seen as an upset with regards to the two respective histories of these clubs and their position at the start of play in this window, in this qualifying group. Latvia, a team who did ever so well to reach the quarterfinals of Eurobasket last summer. But that perhaps somewhat of an overachievement for them. Turkey are a team that have regularly competed at the World Cup and expect to be there again in 2019, and potentially Only 8.5 minutes away, Turkey, from losing back-to-back games in this window. There's a foul away from the ball handler. First foul on Latvia in the fourth. Balbai. Sanli to Mohamed. Fourth foul that was on Lomash. Ali Mohamed, little head fake, trying to create some room here. Shot clock's down to the final seconds, though. He has to try and shoot over the top of Smits. Big long frame getting in the way, and Ali Mohamed has lost his way. After 3 3-pointers in the first quarter, Mohamed has only hit 1 of his last 7. Stella trying to work it into the big man, Pasechniks directing traffic from the low post here, looking to back in and go to work, spins towards the baseline, shot falls short though, and Ermish underneath grabs the rebound. Balbai running the ball quickly down the floor. Ermish joins the offense. Ermish taking his time here. The crossovers from the right to the left, back to the right, and the foul. He's only spent 5.5 minutes on the court. Has Boris Ermish tonight after missing game 3 on Friday. He's picked up 3 fouls in those 5.5 minutes. Not a whole lot positive. He's 0 of 3 from the field, doesn't have an assist yet. Here's Mohamed. Mohamed to Balbai. Balbai looking inside, instead goes the other way. Aldamish across to Ermish. Can he pick his moment to pounce here from the perimeter? Off the mark. 0 of 4 now from the field is Ermish. Still Turkish ball. Mohamed to get it in from the baseline. Balbai. Quick burst. Mohamed close to the basket this time. Can he get the bounce? No. Turkey really struggling to make a mark here in the fourth. They've not scored in nearly 3 minutes. Painter's moving it on. Meyers clings onto it, finds a way to force it across to the far side to Stella. Shot clock down to 5 for Latvia here. Stella across to Painers for 3, too long. And the rebound from Sanli. Balbai. 3-point shooting percentage is falling for both teams. Mohamed. Now Balbai again, back to Ali Mohamed. Sanli looking to move inside now. Mohamed left-hand dribble drive, back onto the right, denied by Painers. Latvia slamming the defensive door in the Turks' faces. Smits to Stella. Meyers, 6th block of the game for Latvia. Smits for 3. And the rebound for Aldamish. Aldamish picking up his 13th board of the game. There he is on the offensive end now, finding Sanli. Now Ermish. Ermish back to Aldamish, onto Ali Mohamed. Ali Mohamed driving through traffic, threw up a wild shot. And Ali Mohamed has gone ice cold after a red-hot start. He's 6 of 21 from the field. It was an efficient-looking 20 points, but he's not scored in a long, long time. Now just 2 of 9 inside, and down to 4 of 11 from the field, or 4 of 11 from downtown, I beg your pardon, and sub to the bench. Latvia by 7, looking to add to this lead. Smits, entry pass, over the head, finish is good. Largest lead for Latvia. Martin Meyers with some inspiration. Mahmoud Tolu. Turan, good look for 3. Turkey needed that one, and Turan stepped up and provided it. Gap closed from 9 to 6. Wouldn't quite go for Smits, but he'll go to the line for 2. And that was Turkey's first score of the fourth quarter just a few seconds ago, the 3 from Turan. It's taken nearly half the quarter And they're still very much within touching distance though, because Latvia have only scored 6 points in 5 minutes. But how about this end to the evening for Sanley? He's been posterised with the play of the game from Roland Smits. He's struggled from the field, just a few points this evening. 1 of 3, 2 points in the game, and now he's been fouled out. And he's only grabbed 1 rebound. The 2 meters 11 centre in 16 minutes and 51 seconds on court. And Smits, who got that remarkable dunk over the top of him in the first, hitting from the foul line here. And Latvia lead by 8 at the midway point of the 4th quarter. There's a foul on the Latvian defense, their 3rd foul of the quarter. Turkey 8 of 8 from the foul line. Just seeing the percentages from the stripe there. That was what cost them on Friday night when they were 10 of 20. They've certainly righted that wrong, but they're in danger of losing again here for different reasons. Down the lane, nice pass to Ra, who stuffs it down, and Turkey are looking to mount a charge down the final stretch. Torin commits this foul for Turkey. That's their 3rd of the quarter as well. His first. It's a hugely pivotal World Cup qualifier in Group B that looks to be going the distance. This is what these qualifiers are all about. Hotly contested basketball. Places at the World Cup next year on the line. Stella to the bench here. The Latvian bench outscoring the Turkish bench by 5. Latvia outscoring Turkey by 6 so far. Jakovic trying to wriggle free on the perimeter. Lomash will take on the 3 and got it! The 21-year-old continues to leave his mark on his World Cup qualifiers debut. Lomash 3 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the outside now. Latvia by 9. Mahmoud Tolu to Torra, moves it on one further, wide open shot. Sipai can't answer back, and then a foul on Ra as the rebound secured by Mayers. Three Latvian players on 10 points now, but nobody on more than 10. They've got 3 on 8 as well, so not far off having 6 players in double figures. It's been a wonderful team effort on offense and on defense. Smits, he's fouled by Ra. And Smits will go to the line. That's a chance for him to move on to 9 points. Turkey early in the quarter once again are at the foul limit. Smits now 4 of 5 from the stripe. 8 points, 5 rebounds, a block and a steal. And he's closing in on double figures as well. Latvia by 11. They have trailed by 11 in this game. Sipai thought about the 3. Torra moves it on across towards this near side. Meli Mahmoud-Tolu, a player who can really heat up from downtown. If the Latvian defense budges an inch, it doesn't. Back out to Mahmoud-Tolu, end of the shot clock, sidestep 3, side of the basket. No joy for Turkey here in the 4th. They've been outscored 13-5. Jakovic taking his time here. He looks for 3. Jakovic too long. Ra trying to battle for the board and brings it down. Challenged all the way by Mayers. Foul by off to Sipai. Sipai stops and pops from the foul line and gets it to drop. Turkey make it a single-digit game again. The Turks with their offensive firepower, their outside threat, are far from done and dusted. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play. Fantastic atmosphere in the Latvian capital. Blooms the 35-year-old veteran, taking these precious seconds away. He'll cross over and shoot the three at the end of the shot clock. Wouldn't go. Can they save it on the baseline? Only into the hands of Smits. And a fresh 14 here to work with for Latvia. And then a foul on Balbai. And they will shoot foul shots again. His team just can't get it together here in the fourth quarter. Balbai's third. Turkey already well over the limit. Ali Mohammed has really struggled in this second half after a blistering start to the game. Both of them missed by Jakovic, and they grabbed the board. And there's another foul. And boy, have they fought hard for everything. In every scenario, every situation, all the way through from the opening tip. Turkey are far from beaten, but they almost look beaten. Another foul. Latvia back at the line, and this time making no mistake. Latvia hoping to split this window at 1-1 and move to 2-2 overall. Turkey facing the prospect of losing both games in this window after winning both in the first. Mohammed. Can he spot Turkey back into life? Meli Mahmutoglu left completely unguarded for three, but he misses it. Turkey need those to go down at this stage from one of their hottest outside shooters. Mahmutoglu again, they do get the second chance opportunity, and he misses once more. Well, he doesn't often miss a shot that wide open, Mahmutoglu. He came in hitting 17 of 35 from downtown at Eurobasket for 50% last summer. And hitting 43% from downtown so far across these qualifiers, Mahmutoglu. And what a big moment that was to try and spot that Turkish comeback. Instead, Latvia still have breathing room. And these fans loving this in Riga. Their team on the verge of a big win in qualification for the 2019 FIBA World Cup. And the turnover count, quite astonishing at the moment. Latvia with 9, his team with 19. Turkey have paid the price for that. Still not over yet though, with 1 minute and 50 seconds to go, trailing by 11. Stranger things have happened. They just don't look to have the right frame of mind at the moment though, Turkey. Mahmutoglu missing those 2 3-pointers just a few moments ago. That would have really made it game on. Mohammed to try and find a free player. It's Sipai completely free under the hoop, misses that one. And a foul. So they will go to the line to try and make it at least a 9-point game. And this will be a good moment for them if they hit the free throws, because it took just 2 seconds off the clock. But Sipai needs them. 10 points in his qualifiers debut on Friday when he was 4 of 6 from the field. He's only 2 of 7 so far today for 4 points, and this is his first trip to the line. One of a number of Turkey players who've struggled from the field. He doesn't struggle from the line though. 9 points the differential, 1 minute and 48 seconds to play. Turkey trying to apply a bit of a press here. Mahmoud Tolu forcing Blooms across to the far sideline. Can they come up with a steal? No, it's a foul. So close to the steal. Ali Mohammed putting his hands to his head. Really could have gone either way at that point. They just applied a little bit too much physical pressure in the end. The idea was right. Giannis Blooms at the stripe, misses the first. These fans left hanging in anticipation of what might materialize over the next 1 minute and 41 seconds as he misses both, and it's going to be Turkey ball. The 35-year-old Giannis Blooms missing 2 potentially clutch foul shots. Ali Mohammed. Turkey will be looking for quick scores here. Mohammed takes on the 3 and gets it. Ali Mohammed, after such a dry spell, scoring a huge basket when Turkey so desperately craved one. Timeout called, and Turkey, with 1.5 minutes to play, have been able to get within 6 here. That 3-pointer from Ali Mohammed makes it game on for the closing seconds. His first score since making a couple of free throws with 3 minutes remaining of the third quarter. So his first score in around 12 minutes of game time. He's now got 23 points for the game, Mohammed, but just 7 of 21 from the field. Latvia inbound here with 1.5 minutes to play. The double team, the pass out back to the perimeter. They're up by 6. Here's Mayers looking to go to work inside. Gets the contact and gets it to fall. A chance at a 3-point play. Martin Mayers coming up with a huge moment down the stretch. He just backed down. Edgar Arar bullied his marker. Got close to the basket and delivered with a soft touch and a deadly touch to Turkey. Lead back to 9, 1 minute and 20 to play. Turkey in need of some inspiration again from Mohammed. He gets into the strike, back out. Sipahi for 3, in and out. This is really Latvia's to lose. Lomash, he's had a big impact on things as Lomash. So too is this man Smits with the play of the game. The spin to the baseline here, and he gets it to drop. 13 points for Smits, including that highlight reel dunk back in the first half. Sipahi thought about the 3 again, backs off. Time running out for Turkey. Sipahi down the lane, will go to the line. But you feel surely now too little too late for the Turks. Mayers with that huge play, the 3-point play to put Turkey back in their place. 13.7 rebounds for him now. Sapai gets the first foul shot. Still a 10-point differential, though, with just 32.8 seconds to play. Tough to take for the travelling Turks. Sapai hits them both, 9-point game. It would have to be an almighty implosion, though, for Latvia to lose it from here. Quick burst to the basket, going all the way through and scoring once again is Lomash. Double figures for him now, 4 of 4 from the field. Fans on their feet in the Latvian capital. Ali Mohammed and Turkey just playing for pride now. The game is beyond them as Arar puts it in. They close the gap, Turkey, and we're going to have a timeout with a few seconds remaining. Head-to-heads to be considered here as well, of course. Latvia started the campaign with a 12-point defeat to Turkey on Turkish soil. It looks as though this will be a tighter finish. They've got a few seconds, Latvia, to try and wipe out that differential from the reverse meeting between these two. They're going to win the game. Could they possibly claim the head-to-head as well? 12 points Turkey won by in game one. 9 points Latvia lead by here. It's a wild inbound back to Painters. Here's Blooms to take on the three. Couldn't quite get it. And Latvia will win the game, although Turkey will win the head-to-head. A blockbuster finish to a fabulous World Cup qualifier. Latvia, a huge team effort with 5 players scoring in double figures, beat Turkey 79-70. Turkey lose both games in the second window and fall to 2-2. Latvia split the pair in both the first and second windows and rise to 2-2 after a disappointing defeat here on Friday night. They are level with Turkey, although Turkey winning the head-to-head keep their noses in front in the standings. But that gives Latvia a wonderful opportunity now to progress as one of the top 3 teams in the group through to the second qualifying stage. Number of huge performances. Here's how the team stats look. Latvia shooting the better percentage inside. Turkey better on the outside, where they hit 10 3-pointers, but we're shooting close to 50% in that regard until the closing stages. Rebounding numbers evened up by Latvia as well the longer the game went on. They had 6 more assists, the home team. And turnovers, that's what really stands out. 19 Turkish turnovers has cost them. Latvia playing some great defense too, with 6 big blocks, and only turned the ball over 9 times themselves. Latvia 79, Turkey 70, the final score. 13 points from Smits leading the way. A couple of players I think had 13 for Latvia. He had 7 rebounds as well, and the player of the game, Smits. And 3 turnovers, Marmu Tolu, the most careless player in that regard. But it was more so a team effort from Latvia. who had those 5 players in double figures, 3 of them on that graphic there. Smits and Mayers with 13, Lomash the 21-year-old with 10, Mohamed a big 23 for Turkey, but only 2 in double figures for the away side. This place clearing out very quickly. And we'll see the Group B standings now. Ukraine out and out top of the pile, 3-1 after their victory earlier. Turkey and Latvia now both 2-2, and Sweden missing out as it stands, 1-3, despite their huge win over Turkey on Friday in Stockholm. The top 3 of that 4-team group will go through to the second qualifying stage. Well, plenty to celebrate in the Latvian capital this evening. What a wonderful turnaround from Latvia, who trailed by 11 in the second quarter and ended up winning the game by 9. Melimamu Tolu stepping up with some outside shots towards the end, closed the gap for Turkey as he finished with 11 points. Mohamed led the way with 23, but went ice cold the longer the game went on, just 7 of 21 from the field, and so many stepped up for Latvia with big plays, big dunks, and big stat lines. 13 points apiece for Mayers and Smits. They had 3 players on 10, Jakovic, Lomash and Painers. And 6 big blocks as well, celebrated on the bench, on the court and in the stands in Riga. Wonderful night for Latvia as they beat Turkey by 9 and tie level with them at 2-2. It's been a pleasure having your company in Riga. From me, Tim Long, it is goodbye until next time.